Your kiss disfigures me. I want to eat out all the death in you. Hot sauce, hunger, pains. Roadkill, your resurrection. Dinosaur extinction. I think they still roam. They say they never existed. But the bones. If I crawl between your teeth, will you leave me there? Will you leave me there? Leave me there. In your eyes, Pluto. I knew I'd find it somehow. Your fingers drip mixtapes. Your blonde lash lit in the sky. How many museums of this have you consumed? Because I am thirsty for this too. Skull, ice, whiskey. I carve out my belly to make more room for you. Beneath your body, I am buried. You can leave me there. Will you leave me there? Leave me there. Welcome to LOL Open Stage. Thank you all for being here. It's very hot with these lights. I'm glad I started wearing deodorant. This feels like the right time. So we have a great lineup. This happens every month. Make some noise if this is your first time. What the hell have you been waiting for? But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you're here. So this show is sponsored by Longmont Public Media. Thank you, Phil, for archiving this, for filming us and making me sweat from every part of me. If you're interested in learning more about media, podcasts, video production, visit longmontpublicmedia.org to learn more. We wouldn't be here without this gorgeous space. Thank you to Amy Ellis, Tumbleweed Art Collective. Check out the wonderful artisan things, plants and such in the other space. Thank you, Audrey. I'm going to be saying your name a lot because I can't help myself. The wonderful Audrey, we wouldn't be here as well. She produces this show amongst many other shows, which I'll talk about later. Yes. It's not easy to put a show like this on. You get to sit, relax, like spread your legs and just watch, but there's a lot of work that goes into putting on a show like this. So thank you, Audrey, for doing all the work so that we can just sit and spread our legs. Okay, restrooms, I don't know. I say things and then I'm like, that may not have been the right Turn a phrase. Down that little hallway, there's a bathroom, gender-inclusive bathroom to your right. This is a 1-hour show. There are beverages and some food for sale or donation-based. We feel ready for our show? Yeah. Okay, all right. Let's see here. Oh, gosh. All right, well. Prom formed towards the beginning of August, writing originals and performing at many open mics around Boulder. They hope to be able to play at restaurants soon and share their love for music with anyone who listens. Please welcome Prom to our stage.
Oh, yeah.
Let me turn it on, actually.
Sorry.
Perfect. Hi, guys. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, as Amy was saying, my name's Presley. This is Dom. We're Prom. We merged our names together. That was the whole scheme behind it all. Yeah, we've been playing since like August. It's been so much fun, and we're both so glad to be here. We're gonna sing this original we made, the first one we've ever made, called Spruce Street. It's pretty fun. Hope you guys like it too. If I go down that road, will you follow or let me go? I can't wait for tomorrow, so let me know. So let me know. Baby, I am what you made me. How could you possibly look at me when your mind is so heavy? You're drowning in your dreams, but why can't your dream be me? Let me be a part of your fantasy. There's only so long I can follow. I'm set in stone. I'm cold, gray, and hollow when we're alone. How did we get so far from where we used to be? Could I ever find peace in your company again? You're drowning in your dreams, but why can't your dream be me? Let me be a part of your fantasy.
Keep it going for prom. Presley, you make it look so easy. Just like your voice just falls out of your mouth so beautifully. Courtney Collins feels very grateful to have been chosen by Lita Rose and Pablo, as felines can be very picky about who they choose to spend their time with. She mostly writes poetry, but occasionally downloads it from the multiverse if she's lucky. Please welcome the fabulous Courtney to our stage.
Thanks for having me tonight. This is really exciting. When Audrey asked me to do this, I knew inexplicably I wanted to read a poem about my cat. I included them in my bio. This is actually about a cat that I don't have anymore. And like I said, I have no particular reason for wanting to read a 9-year-old poem about a beloved cat that's passed on, but for what it's worth, this is called Black Cat, a Love Poem. I walked into a pet shop with no customers, owned by a crumpled old woman. Emerald birds cawed and chiffon fish glided through gurgling fish tanks as she shuffled me to the kitten cage. There were 5 mewling orange tabbies, and then there was you, black as lava rocks. You did not utter a plea, but sat still as stone and burned your eyes the color of a gold crown into my heart. I loved you. 2 months later, in September, planes tore like bullets into the flesh of Twin Towers. Smoke churned like black cauliflower, pluming into a cloudless sky on TV. Steel skyscraper bones disintegrated, splaying the hubris of a superpower and the innocence of sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, in layers of ash over city awnings. You trotted through overgrown blades of grass, sniffing at their spiny tips while I smoked a clove cigarette. You didn't know that the world broke that day, and for that, I loved you. You let my opiate obscured head rest on your soft midnight body in the back seat of my parents' car as they drove me away from a collapsed love affair in my life by the seaside, past Niagara Falls, I wish I'd been there, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Twin Cities, to a sprawling Arizona desert the size of the hole in my heart, and for that, I loved you. You curlicued against my rib cage as I pulled leather-bound textbooks one by one from the tower beside my bed, bulldozing through thousands of pages of parched words, burying my waning spirit under shovels full of dissenting and majority opinions in casebooks, compressing my spectrum of color into a slab of gray. 10 pages an hour, 15 pages an hour, 20 pages an hour, never enough hours. I shared my pints of strawberry cheesecake ice cream with you on Fridays, paltry rewards for slogging through another toilsome week, and for that, I loved you. You've seen the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, both Portlands, the Rocky Mountains, the Sonoran Desert. You look after me as I write like an exorcism, onyx paws now flecked with gray. You're my black cat, and I love you. Thank you. Okay, now I figured out why I don't read that one very often. It's like, oh, I miss her. This is a chapbook I'm putting together. I have not published it yet. It's kind of still in the proofreading stage. But I'm going to read one of my pieces from this. The title is My Circus, My Monkeys, Poems on Insanity and Resilience. And I'm going to read a poem called Treasure Map. You seek the exact location of the elusive chemical imbalance. It's somewhere in the folds of this treasure map, the synapses of the brain. X marks the spot. Along the way, there will be booby traps and mortal perils, lithium toxicity and benzodiazepine dependency. There will be decaying medication bridges spanning bottomless canyons that you wait in line to cross at the public mental health center, along with everyone else holding their own personalized treasure maps, looking for the thin rope footbridge path in hopes of a reason to live. The journey is slow, especially on Seroquel, moving through viscous air, your atypical antipsychotic-induced tremor, causing you to drop the machete you use to slice through jungles of cognitive fog in search of the chemical imbalance you were told you were born with, but that never shows up on an MRI or in blood work results. You walk in circles through the rainforest, sleeping 14 hours at a time when you stop to rest, until you run into the Panama Canal, your extended release capsules passing like ocean liners through a series of engineered locks that balance serotonin and dopamine, that stabilize the levels of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans before they swallow you whole and drown you in melancholy and inertia. The chemical imbalance remains a mystery and appears to have shapeshifted. So you are handed a new treasure map, a new cocktail. Is this an episode of a reality show? A cartoon? Like tapering, Looney Tunes style. Saturday morning cartoon character standing on top of a trapdoor. Door opens. Cartoon character hovers in midair for 2 weeks, the length of a half-life. Half-life expires. Cartoon character plummets into the abyss. Even an abyss has a floor. Cartoon character hits the floor and is stricken with imaginary scabies and restless legs and an endless loop of the song Lollipop running through its head. So this is what the abyss looks like. Another trapdoor opens, and the abyss multiplies upon itself as cartoon character drops in a barrel through the prescription cascade. Acme or Pfizer, either one may drop the anvil. Anvil flattens cartoon character so that cartoon character no longer cries, dreams, or belly laughs. Cartoon character gains 40 pounds. Animation decelerates into slow motion, one painstaking frame, one shuffling step at a time. This is not to be mistaken with living in the moment. Tardive dyskinesia causes cartoon character to twitch for comic effect. Screen shrinks to a pinhole. That's all, folks. The chemical imbalance will never be unearthed, because what you don't know is that the map itself is the destination, the seeking is the finding. The chemical imbalance is irrelevant. If 10 pills or 2 pills, or meditation or therapy or jogging or your cat or anything else makes you want to live, cherish your own treasure map. Guard and defend what makes you want to get out of bed every day. You will discover it is your own divine self buried under the X. Thank you. Thanks. And I'll just close with a love poem, and this will be my last poem, because we're still in the month of February, but you can celebrate love all year, definitely. This is called Your Love and Kindness. Your love and kindness is sunshine hitting the side of a brick building in March, an oasis of warmth in a sea of shadows that linger after a long winter, a respite from the onslaught of the northern wind, from the mundane tasks of everyday living that freeze my bones into a sculpture commemorating habit and routine, the endless spin cycle of electric bills and chores, and filling my tank with just enough gas to get to the next appointment, adjusting my budget to the penny every single day to make sure I have enough to buy food. Your love and kindness is food, served on a vintage tray. Berries and cookies and chocolate arranged in the shape of your heart. Strawberries placed on my tongue by your hand. They're little seeds, embryos of words born in my mouth I hardly believed I could speak and return to you. Words caught in my throat until you cut the lines binding them. The way I used to let out the mainsail on my sailboat so that I could fly across the sparkling surface of water, each glimpse of light on the crest of waves, carrying a secret up from the dark fathoms below that longed to be witnessed. Your love and kindness is a witness to the demons and monsters lurking in the closets of my soul, hiding under the bed, calling them out and inviting them to your kitchen table with the red checkered cloth and having them sit still for just a moment, just long enough for you to sketch their contours and make art out of their ugliness, to soak a warm cloth and wash their gnarled limbs gently and slowly, to make them believe you are not here to skin them alive and mount them on your wall, but only to welcome them as an honored guest in your home. Your love and kindness is a bearskin rug I roll around on naked, like a little girl fresh out of a bubble bath sprinkled with dried rose petals you prepare for me, ready to crawl into your bed and close my eyes while you sing old country songs softly, bedtime stories of dreams lost and dreams found, the dreams I am about to have while I sleep in your arms that I won't remember in the morning when I wake up and don't know which limbs are yours and which are mine, the liminal space between worlds where the only sound on the expanse of silence is our inhales and exhales. Your love and kindness is breathing something new into my life, something like a miracle. Thank you.
Keep it going for Courtney. Love. Okay, please welcome Prom back to our stage. But also, let's take a deep breath. You know what? Let's take deep breaths because we need them. We need to breathe, and we're making some time. Yes, and then let it out. Don't forget to let it out. That's an important part of breathing if you're new to it. All right, please welcome Prom to our stage.
Yeah, this is another original we wrote. It's called Insecurity. Yeah, I don't know, I really like this one.
This one's my favorite.
Found a magazine, damn it looks just like me. See, hear me, tell me what you want me to be, 'cause that's what I wanna be. Whisper faces and I die. But I couldn't tell you who am I. Tell me what you want me to be, 'cause that's what I wanna be. Oh, what I wanna be. Your whispers, well, they all sound like insults to me. So this is all an act, and did it for you. I'm a chameleon, waiting to blend in some more, but I still can't find what I'm looking for. Tell me what you want me to be, 'cause that's what I wanna be. Oh, what I wanna be. Thank you.
A $60 Groupon will get you 20 minutes to rage in a room full of glass and expired electronics and a hard hat and some goggles and a tool of your choosing, including iron pipe and 20-pound wrench. I look at the pile of garbage already accumulated, made from generational trauma, several breakups, a lifetime of discrimination. Drew, the attendant, tells me this is just 2 days worth of anger. I am on a date. I usually leave my anger at home, but in this space, I'm encouraged to lift my weapon and not hold back. I've always been terrified of what my anger might look like if I ever let it out. It isn't supposed to wander, get loud, take up space, disrupt. A $60 Groupon will get you the basic package. This includes a small box of various glass objects, an underwhelming television screen, a toaster oven, a crock pot, and a wooden lamp. Each additional item is extra, such as a laundry machine and computers. With each swing, I see a man. I was born being told I was female. I was born with all of my eggs. I was born with rage from my mother and her mother and all the women who tried to get through their days without being broken. I was born to fawn, to sit with legs pressed together like magnets, to carry keys between fingers like a makeshift switchblade, because how else to walk in the night and survive into the morning? I was born to say yes, even when my no cut splinters into my tongue. I was born to ask, what would you prefer? I was born to defend my body even when it was taken so many times it was no longer mine. I was born to be removed. How could 20 minutes ever be enough? A $60 Groupon will gain you entrance into a mini junkyard with 4 walls and a giant speaker projecting your chosen soundtrack. The heavy bass couldn't compete with my heart, which grew hands and was trying to tear its way out of my body. I sweat stains into my shirt. I screamed a hole into the moon. I made those men bleed with every shatter of glass. The next morning, I tell my dad all about it when he asks on the phone about my evening. I tell him that anger is the only emotion I just don't know how to handle. It's a language I failed in high school. It scalds my skin. I can barely touch it. I don't tell him the smell of its roots. He doesn't need to know the square root of my rage. It would only scare him. A $60 Groupon will rent you an axe to chip away at what you wish never happened. It's the reason you don't leave your house sometimes. It's the cause of your flinch anytime a man tries to know you. It's synonymous with looking female. Days later, I wonder if this place offers a punch card or membership, and how many minutes would I really need to melt my anger away for good? I still have some eggs in me. I have no relationship to them, no curiosity. Maybe a kind of like that they've been around since my beginning, even though I'm nothing like I was back then. If I could reach far enough into me, I'd crack each one with the strength of my fury. But just like many of my rights and the origin of this anger, so much of me is unreachable, unallowed, a talking point for others to talk about. Only they are permitted to undo me. I'm in search of a Groupon that will silence the men trying to silence me. I think it would be costly, and I would definitely need more than 20 minutes and a bigger room. And please don't stamp it with an expiration date because I'm gonna need a lot of time for this. The morning after, I found pieces of glass in my bed. I collected each piece and thought about turning it into something else, like a bowl or a plate or a window to climb out of. There's so much that clings to us that we only become aware of when the blood forms, when the bruises gather, when the screams break through walls. There is no Groupon big enough to heal this, but I'm willing to try. Until then, I just may book another session or 12. Angela Palermo is a poet and activist living in Denver. She's also a super spy working for Trans Nation. Shh, don't tell anyone. Please welcome Angela to our stage.
Thanks. So I'm going to do 3 poems. This first one is about my dad, and the month of March is always a little hard for me because my dad died on the 19th of March many years ago, but he was sort of a difficult character. It's called Communion. How do I begin to speak about you? I could hurl accusations, rain down curses. I changed my last name because of you, motherfucker. But my anger drains away. In its place, language floods my mind like a river in springtime, overflowing its banks with frigid snowmelt, careening down a mountain valley, letters, words, phrases crashing, rushing past so fast I cannot collect them as I stumble and fall in the irresistible current. Swept away, I cry out in prayer to you, hoping for your intercession. Father, please come to my aid. Help me compose reverent verse, hopeful prose about you. In a hypoxic, hypothermic state, I hear you, formless, crooning Frank Sinatra's Some Enchanted Evening. Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger across a crowded room. I do see you in a great barrel-vaulted cathedral, an alcove all to yourself, a plaster saint lighting a candle. I touch your battered surface, feeling the chips and divots like a lover, brightening faded paint, weariness in your countenance, years so unkind. I taste you too, a desiccated communion wafer, splintering in my mouth, becoming a sticky, glutinous, tasteless paste, a transubstantiation of elements, consecration of body and spirit. I register the clank of a thurible, swinging to and fro, catch the sweet odor of burning incense, purification penetrating your being and mine. Imagining you, a sinner, as an icon in a pose of blessing, 2 fingers pointed upward, pointing toward heaven, a glimpse of paradise, a sacred window framed in wood. Separated now from you, succumbing to the icy waters, bashed against rocks and flotsam, choking, gagging, lungs filling, you conjure words, speak in tongues, in a tongue only I can decipher, holy yet profane. You can't help but crack a joke about Catholic masses. Sit, stand, kneel. sit, stand, kneel. A prosaic, never-ending ritual, yet containing a profound mystery, ineffable, or so I hear you say, over the Jovian roar. Okay, so the next two, they have a musical accompaniment, or they start out with music. And this one's called Come As You Are. I saw you across a circle of friends, mourning a fallen heroine, with alcohol, dancing, and tenacious hope. You, a blonde beauty, flashing a sly smile, a painted face, moving with the stealth of a super spy, a double agent, a Matahari, shifting sides, femme fatale, fatal to no one but yourself. You sidled up to me unawares, saying, we've met before, but I doubt you recognize me. I didn't, and sometimes still don't. I swear I don't have a gun. No, I don't have a gun. In that summer when the towers fell, potential energy became kinetic. You became a chameleon, a shapeshifter, bursting forth from a chrysalis, parsing truth from fiction, transmuting indifference into empathy, a bodhisattva changing form, changing identity, stopping short of nirvana. Avalokiteshvara becoming Guanyin, transversing boundaries, sloughing off that poisonous drag like a snake shedding a skin. Like a snake shedding a skin which no longer serves, piecing together a new integument, bit by bit, cell by cell, covering over raw volcanic emotions with a dress, a wig, and C-cup breasts. I swear I don't have a gun. No, I don't have a gun. After locking lips and hips at ladies' night at the Foxhole Lounge, we obeyed the grim whistle, leaping from safety, dodging a heavy fire of tracer rounds, exposed in light at night, burning napalm and white-hot phosphorus, embodying compassion in the chaos of no man's land. You dragged me from the battlefield, bound my wounds, healed my battered pride with more kissing and a fantastic buck. Ever adept at the art of pleasure, seizing me, teasing me, turning me over and around, liberating moans, sobs, guttural cries. And you came like a deranged messiah, transfigured in a blinding glow, exchanging foul-mouthed jokes with Sylvia Rivera and Candy Darling, yet sensing the dark road ahead. I swear I don't have a gun. No, I don't have a gun. on the border of psychosis and neurosis, or so I'm told. Another no man's land. This life was not enough. This world could not hold you. Communication betrayed you. The crowds turned against you. I turned against you. No one else stood by you. Abandonment dragged you down. And making like your idol, shotgun in hand, it was accomplished. You set your spirit free. Okay. Technical difficulties. There we go. Okay. So, I'll let you in on a little secret. Me and a few friends are forming a poetry band, and we've had some rehearsals or writing sessions, and so this one is called Song of a Siren, and I've introduced it as an ancient Greek myth written for early 21st century America. And we set this one to music, but I'm just going to play some music and then read the poem. As you and your men-at-arms sail wide, wild oceans of fear, dreading whatever monsters swim in the depths and line their shores, you hear my honeyed voice, ringing out, beguiling, calling like the sweetest lyre ever plucked. You've heard hushed rumors, not from your mother. Your mother could not imagine a woman like me. They're instead whispers spread by other frightened, self-bedeviled mariners of beings both terrible and gorgeous, powerful, ineffable even, ancient, since hominids became human. Following dusty, hand-drawn maps, sailing your resolute ship towards me with such cleverness, lashing yourself to the mainmast, but with both arms free, a Bible in one hand and a pointed finger in the other. You reply, preaching in timid tones at first, but soon stentorian, your hate-filled pronouncements a feint for your libidinous, deviant longings, wielding words like a club, chapter, verse, convinced you'll win the day. Yet however much you try, you cannot drown out my seductive call. Blunting the verbal assault, ink lefting in confusion from the page, I transmute your holy book to a startled flock of birds, changing directions, recombining into a secret, undiscoverable language. Your church organ into a numberless symphonic orchestra, echoing the silent song of creation. I bid you to unbind yourself, cast off the terror, take the plunge and come to me, so that we may embrace, wrapping you in my arms, my flowing locks, becoming familiar, no longer denying your desire. You shall know me like wild gnosis, scales falling from your eyes, a blinding flash, a revelation. I'll be your beauty, harpy, lover, virgin, whore, bogey woman, your heroine and heroine, purity and danger, feminine, masculine, and everywhere in between, recognizing me as an infinity, a cipher you can't ever break, a many-chambered subterranean river you can't possibly follow. Stroking your cheek, you gasp, thinking of nothing else, no longer addressing the congregants in your mind. You give yourself over to me as I slip a hand beneath your weighty armor, feather your nipples, cup your belly, then tease your cock with a reach around, making you harder than Priapus, taking you down while bringing you to the highest heights. My tender ministrations, exercising your demons, fucking the fear out of you, crying out like never before, shouting such joyous pleasure, such a fleshy bacchanalia. You learn to dance with abandon and in unbridled power. In release, you hold me tight, having healed and battered you in the same breath, making a ruin of your ruins, jagged, broken, askew. You realize you must build your heart, your world anew, where all are welcome and all unruly desires honor.
Keep it going for Angela Palermo. Turning us on one curl at a time. Please welcome Prom back to our stage.
Hi again. It's nice seeing you all again. So great. This last song we prepped for you guys, it's actually an original I wrote last year. I am a sophomore in college. This is I was super homesick at the time, and yeah, I wrote this to try and make myself feel better, and it worked. So I hope it can, if you guys are homesick, I hope this helps you too.
She walks down the 95 tonight. Hometown Georgia, she's a peach, so very kind. You never know what's going on in her mind. Unpredictable and everywhere I find. Ooh, she likes the wind in her hair. Ooh, likes to think she doesn't care. Ooh, but takes all the words like a pet. She finds everything beautiful. All she knows is that she wants to see it all. She says change is the best way to go, but at the end of the day she smiles. She knows she's going home. Home, 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 home. She's still walking down 95. Everything she sees comes to life in her eyes. You still don't understand what's going on in her mind. All you know is that she makes you feel alive. She finds everything beautiful. finds everything beautiful. All she knows that she wants to see it all. She says change is the best way to grow, but at the end of the day she smiles, 'cause she knows she's going home.
Give it up again for prom. I'm gonna out myself right now. I'm a bit of a dinosaur. I like CDs and cassette tapes. Are you putting out a CD? Do people do that anymore?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so when is that happening?
Oh, us.
Yeah, you? Are
So
you?
we're trying to record stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
We're actually working on that today.
We're in the process.
All right, so you're giving us something to look forward to in
Yeah.
2025. We need it. Okay. Katie Mason is a spoken word poet, comic, and dream performer. She's a co-performer in Life, a delightful show about fear and grief. You can see it March 22nd at the Dairy Center in Boulder. And she once mud wrestled to get people to vote. Interesting. Please welcome Katie Mason to our stage.
Thank you so much. This has been so lovely. I'm just really enjoying this tonight. Doing something a little bit different. I have all that I've done before, but I have all my journals since I was little, like starting at 7 to all my whole life. So this is my 7-year-old journal. This goes 7 till about 9. This is about 9 to 12. And I wasn't really sure what I should do with all these journals because I have so many. And so I transcribed the 7 to 11-year-old journal. And I'm going to share that with you.
Katie, I think that might be your phone.
Is that my phone? I put it on airplane mode. It's on airplane mode.
Sorry.
That's okay. Anyways, that's probably my subconscious disrupting me. Most likely. Yes. And the only thing I'll say about this before I launch into it is that I had a very difficult childhood. I talk about it a lot in my other show. And but what's so fascinating is I don't really talk about that at all in these journals. And you'll see what I talk about, which is there's one singular topic. And it's just, so when I've been rereading these, it's kind of warmed my heart a little bit to how I cope and how the mind copes, and also the brilliance of distraction. Yeah, I have a lot more, I just have a lot of tenderness for my little self. So here we go. 1987, 7 years old. Dear Diary, my name is Katie Mason. I like Joey Wrench. I want to kiss him. I am 7 years old. Joey is a fox. 1989, 9 years old. Dear Diary, I had Betsy spend the night. We called Joey Wrench and talked till 3 in the morning. We had a blast. Dear Diary, school was fine. Oh yeah, I don't like Joey anymore. I know I used to, but now he's a geek, and I mean it. I like someone else. I might tell you later. P.S. I like someone named Jimmy. Dear Diary, I like New Kids on the Block, not because I think they're cute. I just really like their music. That is a bold-faced lie. I was obsessed with Joey McIntyre from New Kids on the Block. And side note, I was listening to New Kids on the Block on the drive up here. I live in Denver for the first time in like 30 years. They still got it. I'm telling you. You know how I like Jimmy? Well, he's starting to be a brat. I wish I knew if he liked me. At the skating party, I would skate with a boy if he asked me, but none of the nerds. P.S. Joey is kind of cute. 1991, 11 years old. Dear Diary, I know I haven't written in a long time. Anyways, a lot has happened. I switched schools, and my boyfriend's name is Paul. He's so cute. Talk to you later. Dear Diary. I broke up with Paul because we hardly ever talked or did anything together, like meet up at the park. There are 2 kids I like now. One of them's name is Christopher, and the other one is Nick. I don't really know Christopher, but Nick is funny, nice, and cute. Dear Diary, I now am going out with Christopher. You probably thought I'd end up with Nick. But Christopher it is. He's a hot babe, and he's funny, nice, and cute. But there's one problem. He's in the other class. We don't talk very much, but more than I did with Paul. Now Megan is going out with Paul, and she's having the same trouble because Paul doesn't talk to her, but flirts with Heather. Talk to you later. Dear Diary, things are not going well with Christopher. We haven't talked in 3 days, and Megan hates him, and if I disagree with her, she will get mad at me. I hope things get better. Talk to you later. Dear Diary, things are getting better. I think he's gonna give me his picture. Well, I hope he does. Today we went on a field trip and I sat next to him on the bus. Talk to you later. Dear Diary, I have something strange to tell you, so listen up. I am still going out with Christopher, and this Friday I'm going to Skateland with Megan, Phil, Jim, Aaron, BJ, Mike, and maybe Chris, but no Christopher. But I'm glad, because a different kid I like is going. I don't want to dump Christopher because I still really like him, but the other kid I like, I think he likes Megan, and she is going too. If anybody sees this, I purposely didn't put the other kid I like in writing, and please don't tell Christopher about this because I still really like him. And you don't have to bother asking me about the other kid I like because I won't tell you who it is. I might tell Megan though. Talk to you later. P.S. It ain't Phil. It's 100% Phil. I don't know who I'm lying to, but who I'm protecting. But a lot of things. I'm protecting a lot of things right there. Dear Diary, I decided I don't like that other kid anymore. And I'm deciding whether or not I should still go out with Christopher. Things are not going well, and Megan might dump Paul too. There's a new kid at our school. Well, he's been there since the beginning of the year in August. His name is Phil, and he's really nice. I really just got to know him at the skating thing. Talk to you later. Dear Diary, well, New Year's coming around, and I got a resolution. Not to go out with anyone unless I really like him and really know him. You probably wondered what happened to Christopher. Ugh, don't make me barf. I hate him so much. Guess what? He used me. I can't believe it. I thought he was so funny, nice, and cute. But I was wrong. For Christmas, I got a stereo, air hockey, and clothes. It was a great Xmas. Talk to you later. Dear Diary, well, here I am, boyfriend-less and depressed. I like Adam and Eric, but Eric is going out with Megan. Yep, she dumped Paul. And Adam likes Asia. I wish boys liked me the way they like Megan. Example on how boys like Megan better. If I got hit by a car and Megan got a scratch on her arm, all the boys would run to her. Yes, you could say sometimes I get jealous of Megan. But she's still one of my best friends. I don't get it. I try so hard to impress boys without being a slut. But all Megan has to do is walk in the door and boys will like her. Okay, I exaggerated a little. But boys that have liked Megan: Eric, Paul, Christopher, TJ, BJ, Jim, Phil, Sean, Adam, Ryan. Boys that have liked me: TJ, Paul, and BJ. Life sucks. Talk to you later. Dear Diary, guess what? BJ likes me, only because he couldn't get with Megan. But But still, I can't believe it. Especially since he's so mean to me. Adam is a babe. I wish he liked me, but I have no chance. He likes Asia. But why can't he see that Asia won't go out with him? And why can't he see that I exist? I wish I knew what I could do to have boys see that I'm really not that bad. Sure, I get why people like TJ like me, but why can't people like Adam like me? Life sucks. Talk to you later. P.S. Adam is a babe. Dear diary, get this. Heather is going out with Paul. I can't believe it. I still like Adam. I know I was like this with Christopher and Paul, but this is different, if you know what I mean. Mrs. Brown, my teacher, is being a bitch. Pardon my French. She moved me to the back of the room all by myself. I hate her, but I still like Adam. Talk to you later. Dear diary, a lot of things have happened. First of all, I'm going out with someone you've never even heard of, named Josh. He goes to my school, but is in the other class. We talk tons more than I did with Paul or Christopher. He isn't the cutest boy, but definitely not the ugliest. Dear diary, I don't like Josh anymore. In basketball, I didn't score one basket, and I made 100,000,000 shots. I mean, how hard can it be? I suck. Talk to you later. 1992, 12 years old. Dear diary, today is my birthday. I got awesome presents. I like Nick. I don't know why. I just do. But his attitude bothers me. But I think he's cute. I'm not going to tell anybody because they will make fun of me. I wish I would have gone out with him when he asked me. Oh well. Dear diary, I don't like Nick anymore. I am nervous about middle school. I wonder what people will think of me, if boys will like me. I hope I meet a lot of new friends and a really nice, mature, and cute guy, and we end up going out and that we talk a lot. Talk to you later. Dear diary, today a kid I don't even know called me a dog. I don't think guys will ever like me. I'm ugly. And I don't think I'll ever change. Dear diary, I don't know what to say. I mean, I feel like shit. Not like sick, but like depressed. I mean, I want a boyfriend so bad, but I don't want a total dork. But no halfway normal guys will like me. My little sister even has a boyfriend, and my little brother a girlfriend. My older sister has a boyfriend. I'm the only one that doesn't. I wish guys would see something in me, but I could never get a wish that big granted. Oh well. Dear diary, my life still stinks and I have no idea who I like. My parents are getting divorced, thank God. I don't think I could stand living with them anymore. I will live with my dad, which means going through puberty with him. Fun. I think I'll live though, but I don't know if I'll live through my love life because there will never be one. Oh well. Dear diary, I thought 7th grade would be better than it has been. I was so excited for it, but now I can't wait for it to be over with. I hope my luck will get better. It seems to have gotten worse. I haven't had a boyfriend for over a year. I'm so ugly. I hope to God guys start to like me. Dear diary, like I told you before, I'm so ugly. I hope my luck changes. Dear diary, yesterday was my birthday and I turned 13. Amanda spent the night and so did Jason. I got to first base with him on a dare. Amanda got to third with him in my bed. Gross! She told me she regretted it though. I don't really like anyone right now. God, I wish I was pretty. No one is ever going to like me. There's plenty of fish in the sea, the saying goes. Too bad I'm not a fish. Dear diary, I know I should go on with my life and not worry about boys right now, but I only wish it was that easy. Dear diary, I still think I'm ugly. I will probably think that until a guy likes my look, hopefully before my grave. I mean, 1994, 14 years old. Dear diary, I'm not really depressed about not having a boyfriend. I'm pretty content with everything. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a boyfriend, but I'll live. And last but not least, a poem by Katie Mason, 14 years old. It's called Day by Day. Okay. When I look up, the clouds are starting to part. My life isn't up and down like on a chart. My life is straight balanced for the first time. I'm starting to be glad that this life is mine. So what if I don't have a boyfriend? I'm only in 8th grade. My looks aren't all that matters, so I think that's okay. Give it a chance, that's all I have to say. Just take it day by day. Thank you.
Keep it going for little and big Katie Mason. And for Angela Palermo. And for Prom. And Courtney Collins. And Audrey Grace. And Amy Ellis. And Phil. We're going to be taking a break for the open mic. All right, welcome back. We are going to just dive right into the open mic. I'm going to ask all the open micers to be, I'm going to be strict with 3 minutes. If you go over, we're going to rip you off this carpet in a gentle...
Yeah, I got 5 minutes. I'm ready.
In a gentle way. Please welcome Philip Algren to the stage.
This is called Pontoon Boat High Dive, Part 1. My dad turned 90 in January and bought a pontoon boat in July. The detail he thought most salient to share with me on the phone was that it was painted a green and brown camouflage pattern and was lined with plastic reeds around the outside of the boat, presumably to keep would-be duck hunters inconspicuous to the ducks. He then explained to me in some detail how he removed the plastic reed props and how he needed to apply the boat registration decals from the DNR. So you can imagine my surprise when I saw the boat in person and observed that it had metal framing to support a 12-foot high platform which had a diving board attached to it. And I don't just mean a board that stuck out a few feet off the side of the boat. I'm talking a real live carbon fiber diving board with blue stripes and a textured surface for improved traction. I couldn't believe my eyes, and Dad couldn't wait to take us out on the lake to give it a try. We donned our shades and swimsuits and motored to the middle of the lake where we found a spot that looked fit for the moment. I climbed up first and was impressed by the sturdy feel of the steel framing and took in the view of the lake from the platform. I walked to the end of the diving board and bounced on it a few times to get a feel for the thing. And finding it satisfactory, I stepped back to prepare for my first dive. 1, 2, 3 steps, a skip, then a big bounce, and I launched in the air and did a simple but perfect swan dive so that I could smile for the camera on my way into the water. This is called Pontoon Boat High Dive, Part 2. We had so much fun last summer jumping off of the pontoon boat high dive in the middle of Mirror Lake. I don't know why I'm breathless. My brother and I made a contest out of challenging each other, trading dives that included pikes, swans, inversions, twists, flips, and even cannonballs. It was great fun. But it turns out that the real value of a pontoon boat is not that you can jump off of it. One night in late August, I woke up to the haunting sounds of loons calling their ancestors. I walked down to the dock to listen carefully and to witness the night sky. I'm gonna lose it. The moon had set, the stars were out in full force, and it was breathtaking. And then, as if I had premeditated it, I untied the pontoon boat, put the trolling motor in, and headed for the middle of the lake so that I could see the entire night sky without the red and white pines getting in the way. I put the anchor down, climbed up the high dive, and laid on my back to watch the stars. It was awesome. Not like totally awesome, but truly awe-inspiring. The kind that makes you feel simultaneously empty and insignificant, and also full and expansive. The kind of awesome that makes you feel fully awake and alive. But it wasn't so awesome that I didn't notice the back of my head starting to ache from the stiffness of the diving board. I did not sleep last night, so I'm a little on edge. I'm sorry. I had my mind full of something else last night. So I edged down to the end of the board and flipped over onto my stomach and looked down at the surface of the water. Even though it was dark, it was easy to make it out as the ripples from the motion of the boat reflected the starshine from above. The lake is a remarkable 40 feet deep at its deepest point, which is a rather lot for a body of water not even 1 mile across. I could feel the presence of that water and its piscine inhabitants swimming through the tall pondweed at the bottom, just a few feet below me. But the thing about being in the middle of a lake named Mirror is that while I lay perfectly still contemplating the fish below, those small ripples smoothed out into one gigantic sheet of unbroken glass. The reality of the lake disappeared in a moment, and I realized that I was staring into the night sky below me, perfectly reflected from above. I was no longer under the sky, but instead surrounded by it from above and below. And I was drifting through space. I was drifting through space. This was next level awesome. A complete mystical experience. No psilocybin required. I was one with the universe. I was nothing, and I was everything. Sorry. My heart was full of love and loneliness. My brain buzzed with understanding and despair. Eternity stretched out in every direction, but I was there for just a moment.
Thank you, Philip. Please welcome Martin to our stage.
Chinatown. It was summer, strawberry season. Her body reflected the sun. I watched her sleep. Her chest will rise and fall. Does she dream of me or that day in Chinatown? Sleep with me. I don't want to fuck you. I want to hold you. I want to hold you and comfort you and pull you close to me. Feel my arms around you like other lovers should have. I can't stop the monsters from tracking you down tomorrow. I can't stop the world from burning to the ground. But for a minute we can pretend, and for a minute we can share a lie, and for a moment they will never hurt you, and for a moment everything will be okay. I sleep deeply, dreaming in sepia tones to open an eye at the witching hour, craving a cigarette, finding my arms unempty, holding an angel, skin to skin, back pressed to chest, legs tangled in a misshapen cat's cradle with the sound of breath breaking the darkness. Comfort washes over me as I assess this scene for that split moment. The sound only heard after the flash and before the thunder, the sound of anticipation. I am awake and alive at the end of the world. And when I'm with her, time disappears. It just doesn't exist. It's not as though it stops. It's different than that. I become younger and older and then younger again. We have slept in each other's arms only to awake in the 1940s, the 1920s, the 1970s. What magic is this? What kind of witch is she that time and space are bent, molded without the wave of a hand or a spell whispered? It's never a soft landing. To return to this time, my body broken now cries for rest as my heart is only filled with what I want to return to, the landscape without time, bewitched willingly, cast your spell again and again. I'm alive at the end of the world. This summer of transformation assaults my soul, strawberry season. Her body reflected the sun, bruises now shaped of hearts. Her chest will rise and fall. Does she dream of me or that day in Chinatown?
Thank you, Martin. Please welcome Lisa to our stage.
Stunning night, guys. Wow. 5 months today. I feel the weight of you not being here. It's the shift in the light, the longer afternoons. I've started to plan a garden. I miss certain former realities, daily phone calls, sitting together, struggling to come up with something to say, and the annoyance that came with that, it feeling so forced, and the relief when it was easy. Today, I tell Joan, my grief counselor, about you breaking my crystal filigree animal figurines I carefully picked out at Disneyland. Your trauma-induced need for order overshadowing your mother's self. How Dad helped me glue them back together again, talking to me about not upsetting you, doing a better job at keeping my room, my dresser clean. Dad, did you ever admonish Mom late at night, lying in bed when the rest of us were asleep? The grief counselor says it's like the glass menagerie. Does she mean I'm the sad Laura and your mother? God, I hope not. When you moved into skilled nursing, I packed up your things. Your crystal animal collection, owls, butterflies, swans, hearts. I wrapped them in butcher block paper. It all came back, your arms sweeping down my wooden dresser. I rolled the items in 2 layers. I protected them, not allowing the memory of that hurt to force my grip, even though I had the thought. I don't want to be sad about spring, Mom, so I'm not going to be. I'm going to defy my epigenetics. I'm going to plant a garden and hope that it grows. When that first iris blooms, I'm going to take it all in for myself. I'm done taking care of you. I don't mean any disrespect, just that I don't need to continue doing that work anymore. So let's go, garden seeds. Let's get growing.
Thank you, Lisa. Please welcome Eric to our stage.
Hi, everybody. I'm currently working on a book called Big Book of Love Poems About You in Particular. And it's going to be every love poem I've ever written, which spans about 25 years of work right now. And I've always sort of imagined this book kind of like the way Whitman did Leaves of Grass, just like it being the only book and just re-releasing it and re-releasing it bigger and bigger. So I imagine like 15 editions into the thousands of pages. Right now, it's about 140 pages, and I'm only up to 2018, and I haven't started digging into notebooks, so I think it's going to be about 200. But I thought I would just sort of scroll randomly through the file and hope the book doesn't embarrass me. So let's see what happens. For Jessica, number 3. And it starts with a quote from a coworker of mine named Jen C. Gill when I was working in the suit store. I want you to live with me inside this pair of slacks. I want you to live with me inside this pair of slacks, size 60, waist 38 inseam. I want you to weave its imported Italian magic into your goose down hair. We can glide down blue pinstripes like firemen and dance tragic Adriatic waltzes in the ball of our right cuff. Just look at this spacious interior. Pleated bathrooms, pockets for the children, and belt loops from which to hang your innumerable fragrances. Tonight, let us sneak past steel-toothed zippers and sleeping buttons out over the rise toward our own private elasti-waist 65-35 wool cotton blend of heaven. Okay, let's see what else happens here. Ooh, that's hard. All right. They're not all happy love poems. Let me give it to you straight. I will just tell you, won't misdirect, won't whisper stories but my own breaking heart. I will lay it all out. Tears I've kept, the honest, basic tears, ordinary nothings I've held for years. I won't distract, won't jigsaw text, won't flash, but blanket spread display my catalog of wares, loneliness, confusion, ash. This is not a game for me to win, to pull one over, reader, not a trick. No doves fly from my waving hand. I mean to say, and simply, that I am flesh, am nothing without other bodies, and that I've come to share what little I have. Now, how can I be more honest than that? We'll do one more. You're doing okay so far, book. Oh, weird, I actually read this one last time. Okay, keep scrolling. I read that one too, at this very event. Coming home. Colorado, every time I see you, I fall in love. Like it's the first time. Like I've never kissed a mountain before. Like I haven't felt grass. The sun turns her pink cheeks to me, and I blush to see her smile. Wood lily of the desert sky. I can feel it in your breath, Colorado. Mist of melted snow, your eager dirt, we all thirst for each other here. When the plane touches down, I involuntarily sigh. My body remembering your body's way.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you to all the wonderful humans who stood up here and shared their art. Thank you all for being here. Come back next month and have a wonderful night.